Okay, so I got pulled over by the police today. The officer said your taillight is broken, your tires are bald, your bumper's hanging half down. That's going to be $300. I said, well, go ahead. That's as much as the garage was going to charge me. The crickets, where'd they go?
Earl,
I don't have them anymore.
Well, you didn't have control.
I don't have them anymore.
Am I supposed to do something?
No, I don't even know where they're
I had
at.
the controls for 1 week, and he gave them back to Jason.
Okay, there's there. All right.
What's up, guys? Once again, it's time for the AFoOL podcast. I don't know what number this is. I don't even know if we're on the right channel because we've got a special guest.
Do we know if you're recording?
Yeah, I think we're recording. And this is Joey's channel. That's Joey up top. That's BrickTrains. Jabo's down in the corner. You guys know him. You know him. You love him. And up top, right there, is
you got that one.
That's Jason from Jason's Bricks and Five and his wife 5 or 10 Gal, aka Tonya. So we're gonna welcome them in and see how long they can stick around with us.
Yeah, Tonya needs a computer to do homework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us, what have you guys been doing for the last hour?
Wasting time, evidently.
They don't want to talk about it. But nobody will ever know unless they watch this, will they?
So I'll tell you one of the things we talked about that was never recorded was well, I appreciate YouTubers that they're all in one, like Jason's channel. It's him or his family, or it's him and Alex, and they do all their own editing. Alex is the same. He does everything himself, and it's a hobby that we do. And there's a lot of authenticity to that, but you see the value, like, of people that have a team behind them, editors, cameramen. They're able to do more. It's hard to have the same authenticity as just the one guy doing the thing, but you don't run into the problems that we run into sometimes when you got a team behind you.
Yeah.
But I think the problems are what make it fun to come back and see.
Yeah, it was great. It was so fun, wasn't it?
You just had a little Zoom call. That's it.
Yeah.
So if you were to call your friend up and talk to them for an hour, would you feel like you wasted your time?
No.
I mean, I enjoy it, and really, the biggest thing is I feel bad because, you had to come and record this right after, and you were helping me out, and now it's like, I thought it was a great conversation. I did enjoy it. Yeah, but normally if I called my friend, we're not going to read other people's comments.
Oh yeah, they had a host on Breaking News that wanted people's comments read.
So speaking of comments, Alex gives you a hard time about reading your comments, but yet when you do the poll, you read all the poll comments, and he says nothing. I think that's why he's wore out and doesn't want to get to the other comments from the episode.
Well, that was before the poll comments. He was that way. I think the thing that's hard is, with the poll, we'll have like 10 or 12 comments, but sometimes we'll pull up the episode and it's, 84 or 92 comments, and the episode's only been up, maybe 2 or 3 days sometimes, and there's that many.
Right.
And, so I think that is part of it. So, we're trying to be better about it. I think the last, when we were at Brick Slopes, it was different. Like, the way we recorded, and I feel bad. We didn't get to, we do read all of the comments. That's the first thing I want to make sure people know. We do read them.
Right.
But, some of those just didn't get on the air because I'm going to go back 3 episodes and read a comment, so.
And people, not everybody that's leaving a comment is expecting you to read it.
Right.
So you could, like, as your channel just grows or the podcast grows, you get more. Yeah, it's impossible.
Right.
I think the members are expecting us to read them.
Yeah.
No.
I always try to reply to my members. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you guys got, depending on which week it is, you got either
different
Jason's members or your member.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's even more to keep up with. So,
and I think it it shouldn't be expected that every comment's going to be read, but
Well, when you get to like they're up, 80, 90 comments. It gets hard because we're probably half of that on our comments.
yeah, you got to suck bet more like us, Jason. Then you won't have to worry about it.
We're trying.
Do you get more? Do you get equal views on your channel and Alex's channel?
He tends to get more than I do. It's not as much as it used to be. It used to be a much more stark difference, but he does tend to get more views than I do.
But you get a higher based on your subscriber number versus the views.
That's right. So I'm winning.
Yeah, that is a true statement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your percentage of that. Yeah. So okay, well,
So Joey brought his vintage set. Joey must have a desk that is like 10 feet wide because we talk about something and he just pulls it up. I've got that right here.
Did you say you had a vintage set, Jabo? Or not?
I got one, but it's not important.
He's got a whole basement of vintage sets.
Well,
That's a dumb
Go
question.
ahead, show
I
it.
just don't know which tub it's in.
Oh, I didn't know if you had something prepared.
No, I didn't. I mean, I brought something just in case, but it's not. It doesn't relate to anything.
Well, I was gonna say
I want to see what yours is.
All right. Well, I brought 132. Let's see.
A train set.
A train set.
Ooh.
Wait a minute. I gotta make myself. There I am. So this is the box 132. It's got cool pictures. And
The other 132.
yeah, well, no. Here it is built. So that's a little loading crane. What is this called? It's a crane and flat car or something. There's the flat car.
I'm going to look because I wonder if this is one of the ones that has two different builds.
It might be. It's got.
Let's see. Yeah, work crane and flat wagon.
There you go. These are back in the old day. This is not just printed. That's embossed in there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I'll ever be able to show that on there. But yeah, cool little.
Everything's rated the same. 17.3 ton.
So that would be the rare piece if you were trying to put it together.
That would be the only rare piece. Yeah, would be that little. This little piece.
The broken blue.
Broken piece that just pulled off. Yeah, and it's probably brittle blue. So
The brittle blue.
yeah. And it's all. I got all the pips are on it and everything. So
Yeah, a lot of those mid 70s train sets like that, I pieced them together. As long as I bought a bunch of the bases, like that's like the 8. Wait, how wide is that one? That's the 12.
oh,
6 by 12 bay.
yeah. And
Yeah,
then I have the instructions for it too.
What year is that set from? Did you say?
70. Oh, I didn't say 70. You got it, Jabo?
1972.
72. There you go.
Yeah. When Lego actually made train sets.
And accessories and extra cars. And
It's hard to believe they did it for. Wait.
They did it.
They
They did it to the end of 9-volt. Really?
Yeah.
If you think
So
about it.
2006, they regularly had extra sets you could buy, whether it be a crane. I mean, they even had those in the 9-volt era. You buy a set, it has no train parts. It's just the loading crane.
yeah. Well, they were trying to be model railroading, and that's what the the model railroaders did. You buy a building or a piece of equipment or whatever.
So did Star Wars really save Lego, or did Star Wars kill trains?
I'd say Star Wars helped kill trains for sure. So do we want to talk about why we changed our release date? Or I mean, it's on the show notes. So
Well, so this can be up to date.
Yeah.
that's the thing. Yeah. So
We're going to post this a week and a half after we film it.
Yeah.
So we moved the release dates up so that we could be more timely. It would go from like a 7-day lag or 10-day lag actually to we were
10-day lag.
It was like a week and a half now for this one. Oh yeah.
So this is step. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you were going on vacation. That's why we're filming way ahead.
So this is step 1 to getting you guys to move from Tuesday to Friday. So
I don't know about that.
so we moved up, you moved back, and we'll be in sequence.
I think the big thing happened was the what was it? The
It was the
instructions.
the instruction survey.
The poll survey.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah,
The instruction survey.
Yeah.
I think so.
We did it, and then they took it offline.
Yeah. So that would have been really outdated had we waited.
It'd have been 10 days out of date, and so as it was, we actually got in there with a lot of other people within 3 days. There was a lot of people who were like, "Wait, what just happened?" So they were trying to do videos, and it was gone. So we actually had it recorded, and I thought we got to move this up. Plus, it ain't that hard to edit this for me.
Yeah.
So I should be able to get it in because I just literally I put the front bumper in, trim up the front, put the front bumper in, and then put the end on it. And sometimes I trim the end off. Sometimes I don't. Just depends on when I hit end record. But
Sometimes you put that box over your address. There's that part.
Yeah, if I have to do any of that, then that can really get.
So, did you see that, Jason, with the poll for the instructions?
Were you able to take it?
I didn't do it. I saw it, but I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Hey, I got 50 points for it anyway.
Yeah, I got 52.
Yeah.
I just scanned some instructions and I was done.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
They must have been getting horrible feedback on that.
I don't know how there was no where to leave a comment on.
Well,
there.
that's true, but I mean, we checked all of the negative boxes.
Yeah.
For what they were wanting to do, and it clearly
they had
was
one
they
you
were
couldn't
wanting to
leave a negative. They were like, "Who would you recommend?"
Yeah, they
giving
had
digital
the digital
instructions.
instructions for
Yeah.
Nobody. It was not an option.
I don't know if it was just poorly done or if they tried to trick you. Yeah, because several of the questions were, we don't use them. We don't use them. We don't. Then the next one was, well, how do you, or which one do you use? There was no option for I don't. Right. So I download the PDFs if I have to, which is a true statement. I didn't lie about any of it. It's just I didn't like it.
Well, and I know all you guys really wanted to say was
I don't like Lego.
I don't like Lego.
Jason's got control.
You got my snippets.
I love it.
Don't hit the one called double speed fold. Don't do that one.
No, I'm curious. I want to hit it.
Don't want somebody to do something.
All right, go ahead, do it. I don't care.
Oh my goodness.
What the heck?
He said don't hit it. Why did you tell me to hit that button?
All right, so I'm gonna bring something from breaking news here. Oh guy,
You sure?
Oh, no, is that one? I remember. There might be giants. They might be giants. Oh yeah, they might be giants, and they might be giants. And brag. They might be giants. There you go. And Vsauce.
Yeah, that's supposed to be part of something we're going to do later tonight.
Sorry.
I think you got the shirts right though.
Well, that's all of them up till the end of August in 8 seconds.
Oh my
God.
That would be all those shorts that you're doing just compressed really fast.
Yeah,
it's trying to do the little. Yeah, it can't do it. There's like a 1 frame per shirt. So
That's what you need to do next year, Jabo. It just hit me when he said shorts. You need to do shorts next year. Every day a short with different shorts.
Oh no.
different shorts.
Yeah.
Oh,
I already got
Jabo
shorts.
Well, you've got a blue
Jabo
jean
short
sponsor. You've got a blue jean sponsor. You've got a t-shirt sponsor. Now you can get you a short sponsor.
Jabo's going to turn into one of those channels. It's the try-on channels. It's like, what are we doing here?
Use my native body wash.
Yeah.
That's Jason and I were when we were talking to each other. We were talking about sponsorships that you get all the time that you see the ad reads.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting those?
I get the native. I must really think because I get the native ads all the time on videos.
I see that one.
And they're all the same. They're all different people, but they're all the same video.
same thing. Yeah. So are those okay? You just got the AI affiliate links, right? Added to
Oh, that's crazy.
yeah. So did something change? Did you select something?
I didn't. So used to, like, let's say I'm talking about like this Java sail barge that's coming out.
Right.
I could go in there and manually select products that I featured in the video. So if I was featuring Jabo sail barge, they used to call me Jabo the Hoot at Six Flags. But I had to manually put them in there. So like, and for me, like I'm dealing with a lot of discontinued things.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether it's even on my train channel, it's like a lot of times it's stuff that's not for sale or there's not links. So I just got to where I wasn't putting anything. And then I'm looking back at one of my videos, and it's got all these affiliate links for discontinued Lego sets.
So who are they sending where are they sending them to?
It's part of the it's probably like StockX, because I noticed a lot of them said they were out of stock.
Out of stock, yeah.
So this is a reselling site that people use.
Okay.
But it was just weird that I didn't even say the set names.
But technically, it is your affiliate list. So if somebody,
so I would get, if somebody was actually to purchase, I would get my portion of the percentage of whatever it is. But that one had, I think 5, I guess, is the maximum you can have.
Wow.
And three or 4 of them, they were out of stock, so it wouldn't really matter anyway. But it was just, to me, it was weird just seeing that a polybag I just showed for a few seconds on the screen, and then here's a link.
And you're saying you didn't say it. You didn't say the part number. You didn't say.
I might have said the set number, but I like the little speedboat. I don't even remember talking about it.
So I wonder how the AI is picking that up.
By images.
You think it's just the image?
I think it's the image.
Okay.
It's like Google Lens.
But even then, you didn't have the boxes. You weren't showing the boxes.
Some of them.
Well,
some of them.
The
polybags were.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. It's not the exact situation, but it's similar. So when I went to Disney World, to drop my daughter off, we went in the park and we rode the Tron ride, and we rode Space Mountain. Both of those, after we got off the ride, the photos of us on the ride were automatically on my app. I didn't scan anything. I didn't tell them I was there. Like, they just knew what my face looked like and sent me the picture, evidently. It was, and I'm not a big...
Either good or scary.
Well, my daughter, she's like, well,
kind of creepy.
I don't care, I'm not doing anything. And I said, yeah, I get that. But, as I've gotten older, I guess I've become more conspiracy guy. It's not. But I could see people using that, like, what if all of a sudden they don't like my reviews of, what I say about Disney on the website, and I go to the park, and I know that's extreme, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, they could use it for all kinds of purposes that aren't.
You'd be like, hey, guy, you don't own the license to that Oswald fig.
Exactly.
Taking them all.
No, it is. The technology is getting a little spooky. It's getting a little spooky. So I don't think it's just conspiracy. It's just we in the United States, we're not real good at guarding our own privacy, and we need to be better at it. But did you see, since we're talking about Disney and their overreachingness, and I'm a big Disney fan, so this couple, I don't know the whole story, but a family, a couple, whatever, they went to the park. One of them died. There was an accident of some kind. Then there was going to be a lawsuit, and then the lawsuit got, at least the first lawsuit or whatever at the beginnings of it, got thrown out because the person that died signed up for Disney Plus. And if in the EULA of Disney Plus, it basically says you can't sue us. You have to go through that third-party arbitration. Yeah. And I'm like, wait a minute. That one's going to go to the Supreme Court. You watch.
Who reads all of those things, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Just click, I need to watch, the show, or I got to get my phone working, or whatever.
If you try to read it, it's like such mumble jumble of words that you start just scanning through it anyways, because you're like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
So there's a refrigerator, and I'm not gonna say I think I know which one it is, but I don't know which. But apparently, there's this big, huge lawsuit going on because this refrigerator is bad. It was a bad version of, but they sold a bunch of them. Now the company is honoring the warranty, so they're fixing them, but it's a process to try to get a warranty work on a refrigerator done. And then a class action lawsuit got opened up saying, hey, they need to fix this or just replace them with a different whatever, that how lawsuits go. But the company said, hey, look, these people all signed EULAs, and they have to go through our process, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to fix it every time, and blah blah blah. Okay, whether you agree with it or not. But the problem, and what got them in trouble, is the EULA was inside the refrigerator, inside the sealed box. And they never had an opportunity to look or even read it before they bought it. So they call that a sealed box EULA, and it's working its way through up to the Supreme Court. And they're going to get, it looks like they're going to get that thrown out, or that you can't enforce a sealed box EULA. So if your EULA is inside something, that may be going away. Now, I don't know if that helps us with like Disney Plus, which, 50,000 words go by in a few seconds that and we all don't read them.
So what you're saying is major corporations and big business don't have our best interests at heart.
Shocker, isn't it?
Yeah,
But not Lego, they do.
that's unbelievable.
They're going to save the world with sustainable products.
I don't even know if that's ever coming.
I don't. This is something, because someone actually commented on one of our recent Bricking News. It might have been just the one that dropped. I saw a comment where they said, hey, you didn't talk about this. And my feeling is, I remember a couple of years ago, they were going to do it based off of, I don't know, recycled bottles. And then that kind of wasn't working, and it just kind of slowly got shelved. And now they're onto this new thing that's, I don't know, sugar plastic or whatever it is. And then that'll kind of just disappear.
It's all not about what you do. It's about what you say you're going to do.
Mhm.
And like, really all of it is nonsense anyway, because I saw a whole thing about like the being carbon neutral.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the plants? They need carbon dioxide.
I don't really.
But they buy credits by, like, they donate to this forest somewhere, but there's only so many forests in the world, and you're still doing all the same pollutions that you're doing anyway.
Yeah.
And it's just all to look good on paper.
Well, I get a little
Or to make
confused with
themselves feel good about themselves.
Yeah, I get a little confused about a company like Lego because they're privately owned. They're not publicly traded.
Right.
So they should have no concerns about stuff like
Well, they want to sell more product.
It's just their image.
Yeah, they want to have a good image.
They don't
And
want to be that company.
And, a lot of us that make YouTube videos, you probably don't realize this, but if you used like the Lego logo in your videos, they could, by the terms, could come after you for that.
Yeah.
But they don't, because that would look really bad. And
Well,
all
they
these,
used to be more aggressive that way, right? I mean, because I know there were people that, well, like Ryan, he had a video when The Force Awakens, I think it was, came out. He went and bought the set at Target, and he got, the video was taken down because they said, well, you can't do that. That set's not been released.
he's not under, if you're a consumer, you're not under the guidelines of all that. And they've come back on that because, that looks really bad.
Yeah.
Like,
well, there's also so these car mechanics. There was a deal with the guy that bought a Domino's when they had those delivery cars, and Domino's kept telling him you can't use it because you can't use that car. It's got our logos and stuff on it. And he's like, no, I can. And they kept trying to take the videos down, and even YouTube said, well, we're going to take them down. And then YouTube got their nose smacked over it and said, no, you do what you want. You're your own company, but now you opened yourself up for litigation because it depends on how you're used. You can't use the logo as you're selling their stuff or whatever, but for reviews and different things, if I were to use Lego in anywhere in advertising my channel, which I try to keep it out of my thumbnails and stuff, but if it's just in the background, like it's in the background of your stuff there, Jason, I don't think that's I don't think they can get you for that. But if you were trying to sell fantasy and you kept showing a Lego logo, yeah, you're going to be in trouble then, right? That's
one of the things I was talking about with Jason is there. I have a lot of non-Lego stuff, and if it's shocking, yes, and if I see I have the CDX blocks stuff, and I see people posting videos with their CDX blocks roller coasters and saying they're Lego roller coasters. That's two people that could come after them. CDX blocks could come and say that's not Lego, and Lego could say that's not Lego.
What about the ones that said they built the house out of Legos and you click on it and it's a big giant plastic?
I really think Lego could have gone after Mr. Beast because he's done several videos. Like, I did this with Lego. I filled this house up with Lego, and it's like there's no Lego in this video.
Yeah.
But there's no
hard because
no downside to that for Lego.
When that's what companies are trying to protect, right? They're trying to make sure Lego doesn't become just a generic term.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I think for the majority of people out there that are not in the Lego community,
a building block is a Lego.
Like my grandma, it was, I bought you Legos. It's these things that don't even hardly go together. But
and depending on like what part of the country, and you're like down here, we don't say soda, we don't say pop. It's you want a Coke?
Coke.
Yeah,
what kind? Orange, right?
Yeah, it could be a
Pepsi. It could be a Pepsi.
Yeah. You want a Coke? Yeah. What do you have? Okay, I guess I got Diet Coke.
Well, that's interesting here because if you say Coke here, you go to a restaurant that's Pepsi, they're just going to bring you Pepsi. They don't even question it, right?
Yeah.
But I've been other places where I said, "Hey, I want a Coke," and they go, "We got Pepsi."
But I have people come from and they're like, "You want a pop?" What the hell is a pop?
Right. Yeah. That's hilarious.
I already got a dad. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't need another.
So it's kind of like that. It's like everything is just assumed to be Lego. Yeah. All the building blocks, they're Legos, right?
Yeah. And that's what they're trying to protect. And they don't want it to become the next Kleenex.
On the one hand, they get free advertising.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
On the other hand,
On the
other hand, if something's wrong with, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it was building block.
It was interesting when we went to Disneyland and we filmed that Oswald video, and I kept taking pictures of Oswald in different places. People were saying stuff. Do you remember that?
The strangest thing. They're like, "Oh, dude, that's illegal. That's illegal."
That's illegal.
They'd be telling their kids he shouldn't be doing that. That's illegal. It's like, what are you talking about?
You're in a public place. There's no expectation of privacy.
That's right.
I know. It was like the strangest thing.
When he took a picture of his Star Wars ship in front of the big Millennium Falcon, same thing. Somebody's like, "Hey, that's illegal." What's illegal? Taking a picture?
Okay.
Maybe they thought your build was illegal.
There you go.
Illegal technique. I don't know why people think that's illegal. I've seen YouTubers get in trouble for it, but not because of something they're doing, but because they're causing a disruption. Right?
Yeah.
Disney they don't like it in the Lego store. I've walked into the Lego store. I don't know how many times I've taken video, and then somebody they'll say, "Yeah, I was in that same Lego store and they wouldn't let me take video." Well,
because you asked them.
Well, that's absolutely true. I never try to take pictures of people
It depends on the employee though, because we have some will ask, "Can we video you stamping our passports?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, no problem." And then we go to another store and they're like, "We have to talk to our manager and we have to clear it through blah blah blah."
Well, and if they know you're doing it for YouTube, their corporate answer is no. Right. If if I got Dakota with me, they're not going to say a word to me about it because it looks like Grandpa's just taking pictures of Dakota, right? So that's going to be bad PR for them. So
so people. I just got thought about this: how more ridiculous your Disney experience was, because people take pictures all the time.
Well, they're illegal.
We were very confused.
Yeah, but if your child is a Lego set, all of a sudden it's illegal.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't imagine people knew that the Oswald wasn't an actual set, and we're saying that was illegal because it wasn't an actual Lego set.
So is Oswald under? He can't be under copyright anymore, right? Like the.
Okay, well, so if you look at the original Oswald, the black and white, like those would be the cartoons that are out of copyright.
Right.
However, like there's a channel I know that they just have a bunch of old Oswald cartoons on there. They've pulled down 2 of them because they're now on Disney Plus. So if you go to Disney Plus, the first one, Trolley Trouble, and I want to say the third one, All Wet, are on there.
Yeah.
They technically would be out of copyright, but the person took them down because they just said, I'm not going to. I guess at first Disney came after them, and then they were, they pushed back and said, this is out of copyright. But the new Oswald with the blue shorts, he's kind of redesigned. That one, I think, would be a bit of a no-no, we'll just say.
Right. Well, that's the same thing with Mickey Mouse. Everybody's like, "Oh, Mickey Mouse is out of copyright." No, that version that was
Steamboat Willie is out of copyright.
Right? Yeah, that's the only thing that's out of copyright because Mickey Mouse itself is trademarked, and that does not run out.
Yeah,
the image is trademarked. So I didn't know. Yeah, if that was.
And this has been Legal Talk on the AFoOL podcast.
You're all over the place.
I don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, you never do. You want to talk about rumors or you want to talk about CMFs?
Let's talk about your CMFs because you have got something going on with you and CMFs.
Well, do you want to talk about the rumors of the next CMF? I saw that.
I haven't seen that
we'll
yet.
talk about that too. I actually haven't seen that yet. But no, we're just trying to figure out why Joey can't get a complete set.
I don't know what that is. That is bad luck. Cursed. I don't know.
I think Joey could buy 100 and he'd get like
5. All duplicates.
So these in these warehouses where these orders are picked, like would it be possible for them to have like a section like they know that this side is the one box of CMFs and this was another one that has totally different ones. And then they see Joey, his name on there, and they're like, we're going to put 2 of the same ones in there.
They all know Joey. Oh, it's Joey.
Or they open the box and shuffle them around.
Yeah. I still think that's what happens with my orders at Romeoville. Somebody has been watching my channel, and they hate that I'm always trashing them. So they're like, oh, that's that again. I'm going to smash his box.
This train's going to that guy. Step on it. Well, that's like that haul I had where I had the 2 Ninjago Micro Cities. Mm-hmm. The box on the outside was perfectly fine, but that Ninjago set, the way they put it in there, it was going to happen.
Yeah.
What's funny is when you see the comments of people trying to justify what happened.
Yeah. Well, and then they blame USPS, right, or UPS or FedEx or one of the whatever. But some of that stuff is obvious. When it's in the box and the outer box is not crushed, it was put in there crushed.
So as somebody who's gotten thousands of packages from different companies, why is it only ones from that one warehouse of Lego that I have the problems with? That's where I'm coming from. I don't think that people that just casually watch my videos or it might be the only video of mine they've seen, I don't think they realize that.
Right. Look, we get a lot of stuff from Amazon, and Amazon is probably the worst at boxing stuff because they will literally throw something in a box
in a bubble mailer
or a bubble mailer. Yeah, I've had memory cards in a bubble mailer. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's no, and it's all been fine. So I don't really think it's a carrier problem. I mean, there's times. Don't get me wrong. My dad had an LGB train set that had been forked. They had ran a fork truck through it. And Train World took care of it, and it was clearly not their fault. It was clearly UPS. But what do? You call Train World and tell them what happened, and they're like, "Yeah, send it back, or we'll send you a new one. Send the crushed one back." And they took care of it, but they claimed it against UPS. Yeah. They had to, but so that happens. But the stuff we're getting from Romeoville at times, it was put in a box damaged.
Yeah,
somebody in the warehouse trying to do a magic trick.
Yeah,
like sticking the swords through a box.
Yeah, but I now again, let's not always blame Romeoville for that source. They're probably sent that crap that way.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of
So I did have a comment from somebody who worked for Lego, or I think actually they still do, and it was that they get pallets all the time in the store that they come in damaged. And it's sometimes the damage is kind of hidden, like it's in the middle of the pallet.
yeah.
Like somebody was covering up their mistake.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. So what is the new CMF rumor? Because we got several rumors in this episode.
So what I heard, and I don't know how reliable this is, but what I saw was that it is going to be knights and pirates.
Oh, wow. I'm trying to think my head around that. That would be cool.
You know, I mean, I don't know if it's just there's going to be one knight in there, one pirate, or if it's going to be a mix. I mean,
right.
6 of each, something like that.
That would be.
Yeah. But then
I wonder if it's going to be like the
space
space
the
one.
recent space one, it could be,
Yeah.
that could lend some credence to it that maybe they're going to do that.
That would be kind of cool if they kind of went that way. It would be, if they're going to do the space one, it would be neat if they did a knights one and then they did a space or a pirate one. You know, if they did some of those, I would like that. That would be kind of cool because they've mixed knights and why do I keep trying to say space pirates?
Spiders and
yeah,
Sprites.
I mean, there's been some in there, and yeah, that would be kind of cool. I don't know. Let's hope for the best. So I guess there's a new rumored gift with purchase that is the tic-tac-toe. I don't have a picture of it. Oh wait, did I?
Yeah,
Did
I think it's
do.
orange and white spacemen, right?
Yeah.
No.
I wonder what the threshold's going to be for that.
$140.
Yeah, hang
That's
on.
my guess.
I
Yeah,
closed it.
That's 10 figs, 5 orange spacemen, and 5 white spacemen. Which
do they have air tanks?
Yes. And
Probably.
why they do orange and white? Why not?
Because those
Oh,
are
we're gonna see
colors
the
that are
picture.
currently available.
Yeah, true.
Why not blue?
Yeah.
There's the picture,
Uh,
but it does not look like they have air tanks.
I would say I don't know that there are air tanks.
Yeah.
well, they're all dead.
Oh yeah.
So they're space zombies.
Space.
Yes.
I don't know. That would. I wonder what that's going to go with. What's coming that would be a good gift with purchase with? Are they going to do another space set?
Hopefully it won't be like limited to dreams and other themes that nobody wants.
Let's hope. Yeah. Okay.
That's probably
well,
going to be everything. And then the new modular.
The new modular
Townhouses.
townhouse. Yeah, is what it sounds like. I'm kind of more interested. I mean, I'm going to get it right because I get them all, but I'm interested.
Gubba and I had a great conversation about this in
Yeah.
an episode to never be seen.
Was it positive? Was it negative?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, did you not talk about the new kiosk or the newspaper kiosk that's supposed to be with it too?
Oh, the gifts with person. No, we didn't talk about that, but I did see that as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I already have a couple of those in my city. Between the police station has one in front of it, and the
Daily Bugle.
Daily Bugle has one. I don't know.
Jason, you do realize that nobody can prove what we talked about, so you can add, oh yeah, we talked about that. We talked.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, is it better than some other run-of-the-mill business with an apartment upstairs and an art studio on the balcony? I mean, that's generally the kind of crap we get. So.
Right.
So, at what point
I don't
does the modular theme become stale, or are they just making it for new people that are coming in? Because
Well, the pet shop had a townhouse next door.
So did the bookshop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
and it's
So-
a common thing in cities, and there's a lot of different
Right.
styles that you can
Yeah.
do with those.
And that's the one thing that I would say about it. Like, I could see someone, like, if you have a good size layout you get 2 or 3 of those sets and put them next to each other, and it's it's a way to fill in the space
Right.
of your city.
Whoa. I just realized you just in the never to be seen episode of Breaking News, we never once said space. So maybe there's a reason it didn't succeed.
Yeah.
It was jinxed from the beginning.
So, I don't know. Is everyone else excited for a tan house? Not that we've seen it, so we don't know what it looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of that's what I was telling Joey. I'm surprised that there's not message boards all over Reddit or Bricklink about people complaining about it.
Well, what's the last one you got excited about?
The museum?
Super excited about.
That was the last one, wasn't it?
I know you don't.
I don't have the
but
museum, so I
liked
can't
it.
say I got excited
wow.
about that.
So the museum was interesting because it was a good build, because it hid a lot of things. So only the person that built it knew that there was a lot of things that were in it. I guess the one I liked was the police station. Was really I kind of liked it. I still like the diner. Yeah,
I like the
Assembly
diner.
Square had the trains.
yeah.
Train set in it.
I actually like the bookshop, to be honest with you.
I
You
like.
don't have to. It's okay, Joey.
No. There's none of them that I don't like. Right. The Parisian restaurant is awkward, but I've got it in there now where I think it looks fine. But I don't know if it. I don't know if it's getting stale. We'll see. We'll see what this one comes out. If it gets.
So are we buying them just so we can have them because we don't want to miss out on one?
It's FOMO. You know it's real.
It's real.
You gotta get your spaceman tic-tac-toe. So why
No,
not
I don't want to hear it. You got to have your lightsaber.
Yep.
So with the modular theme is if that's a theme with the modular buildings, they only give us one a year,
Right.
and it's not $500.
No.
Right.
I think if the modular theme got to where now they're making $500 buildings that are, well, that would actually be pretty cool. They made a really tall one.
But if it
So
was
you mean
one
Avengers
a year,
Tower? Is that what
Yeah.
we're talking about?
But those are not
Daily
modulars.
Bugle.
They are compatible with them. But,
if it's one a year, I don't think it's going to get stale.
Yeah.
They start.
No, and they
Or-
gotta get the price down too.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because I just can't see spending $500 on some of the
No.
things that they have that are $500.
see, I got a train layout that is already set up for modulars. So for me, it's just another building to put in there. Once a year building, right?
So, no matter what the size of your layout, your city, whatever it is, people don't like to leave empty spaces in them.
Nope.
But it's like when the new stuff comes out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You're gonna fill the space, and then something else comes out. And
Yeah, you're like, where am I going to put
I
it?
don't have anywhere to put it.
What am I gonna get rid of?
So the one thing I will give Lego credit on, talking about the once a year and keeping the prices low, I have to say that the holiday sets, I think they've done a really good job of keeping those where it's a good build, it's a consistent $100 set, and they, there's that one theme, because that's one of the things she looks forward to every
I
year.
love them.
And
It makes you wonder why they can't do that with other stuff.
Yeah, sometimes less is better.
Right.
Like why don't the modulars stay around the same piece count for $199 every year?
Well, yeah.
I mean, unless they really start branching out and giving us, the hospital and the,
Yeah.
whatever.
School.
Yeah,
School.
everybody.
That's not
post
going to happen.
office.
Did the post office already?
Model train shop. Oh wait, I'm the only one that wants that.
Yeah, I don't know. If they change modulars, like it starts getting more expensive, or they start getting taller, or they come out more often, because there was last year the rumor was, were they going to come out with 2 a year? I think then it will become, for me, it may become problematic.
Mhm.
But once a year, it's because we do the same thing with like the Winter Village stuff. I have all of those going back to the very beginning, and the modulars, but it's not.
Well, see, I would argue with you. I think they do come out with 2 modulars a year, and they have for the last, at least 3 years, right? We've had the Daily Bugle, we've had the Sanctum, we've had the tower, and now
Wait,
we're
is the
gonna have
Adventure Tower is the modular?
It's compatible.
It's
It's got
compatible.
pins.
And the
Sanctum did.
supposedly the X-Men mansion is going to be within those dimensions.
And people are putting them in their city.
That's why
I'm
people
not.
buy them.
Well, let me back up. I put the Sanctum Sanctorum in, but I like the reason that because I have one of them.
It was more affordable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I have the Daily Bugle or maybe I don't have either one of them? I don't guess I have a Daily Bugle or the Avenger Tower. They're too tall. They're too tall. As far as
maybe
I'm
your
concerned.
city's just
Get a
too
ladder.
It could be. It could be. My
Yeah,
city's
you're-
just too short. Yes. That's exactly what it is. But you know what I mean? They're all of a sudden they're way taller in the city. And my city my city looks like it is in the 1950s, right? Because that's where, or the 30s or whatever Lego has said that time frame is, because they're all older, I guess 50s to 60s because of the diner. So those buildings wouldn't be super tall like the Daily Bugle or the Avenger Tower. Which,
Maybe you just need to build your Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah,
we'll have a taller one in there.
Not really.
we had to get it in there, didn't we,
A
Earl?
little bit.
Yeah. Well, Jason's fixing to get rid of his because he needs room for that Oswald thing he just got.
Jason's just waiting
I don't think it's
for
that big.
extra
It's good enough.
for certain people to leave the house so that he can take over.
Ah.
I don't know.
My daughter left the house a long time ago, and I'm still not allowed to use that bedroom. So,
Well, you want to know actually the funny part, and I've talked about this recently on Breaking News.
not the last.
I know it
episode.
may not seem like it, but I've kind of pulled back a lot on buying Lego. I don't know. I just am finding it not as fulfilling just to keep buying and buying and buying. And Jabo and I kind of talked about this on the podcast You'll Never See, where, kind of having more focused, deliberate spending.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a little bit more because, what I paid for this, part-wise, it's not worth, 50 euro. However, it is something that I'm much happier to have than a lot of things I've spent, twice that on, honestly.
Right.
So.
And I have the, you're an army builder because you're getting the Oswalds as you can, which is getting harder to do, I guess. And I'm getting those tipper trucks, and I know it's annoying to probably some people that watch my channel, but I actually get more satisfaction in trying to find these parts for this as it's getting harder. And I'd rather do that than buy the latest, greatest sail barge that's out.
So are there any Bricklink sellers that have a large quantity of Oswalds?
Oh, there are.
Yeah. And usually high price.
Well, I mean, actually, I can get them for pretty close to retail still.
Yeah.
Some even lower. A lot of them in Germany, I haven't looked in, probably a month, but they've had over 100 maybe. And, they'd be maybe $4.25 a piece or something. But the problem is, by the time you ship it over, this is assuming they ship to the U.S., because that's the other problem I have, is it's just hard. And then it does come down to, okay, if I buy 100 Oswalds,
that's a lot of money.
It's $500 for figures, and there's a certain level
I thought we weren't supposed to do the math.
I mean, let's be honest. We all know there's a certain level of stupid here.
What?
But I will say this as well. So I actually brought the army to the last 2 days of Brick Slopes. People had asked, did you bring the army? I'm like, no.
People
no.
kept asking, bring the army.
So I did bring it. And kids would walk by and they would look at that and get more excited about that than they did the dioramas, the vignettes that I made.
Wow.
Yep.
Look at all those Mickey Mouse. They have weird ears.
Yeah.
Some people are like, are you selling them? No. We're not.
No, I'm buying them. Do you have any?
I'm telling you, $500 each.
Yeah.
Well, there might be a case I would sell them. Maybe, yeah.
There's always a price point.
Mhm.
Right?
There's always a price.
That's what people have asked with the tipper trucks. Are you going to be selling? I'm like, well, no. I can't
Right.
grow the army if I start selling them.
Right.
Well, you're getting to a point that it would be hard to replicate your army at this point, the tipper truck army.
It would be impossible unless you had stupid money and could
Well-
convince people to sell theirs.
Okay,
ridiculous
yeah,
prices.
I mean, the ones that are available to sell, there's not as many. The
There are less in the world available for sale on all the for sale websites that I am aware of
Right.
than I already have.
Right.
So if you took all the parts that are loose plus all the sets, you couldn't build the number that I have.
Right.
But those numbers are always changing because I always see new people listening. So it might be 1 or 2 or 3 of this and that. So there's always stuff out there that's going to show up. But I do want to. I would love to see if it's possible to get like where there's like no stock out there. But I don't think it'll happen because there's already people that have, and I think it's people that know they've put ridiculous prices on some of their parts. Like there's one guy has 30 of the windshields for
Right.
$33. I'm not. It's a 15-20 cent part.
So if they know you or they've seen your video, then they know, or seen any of your videos, they know you're not going to buy those. Are they just looking at the fact that they're moving and they've been selling and they're like, oh, well, let's
I think part of it though is like the one I bought, honestly, I don't know that I would have bought if it wasn't for you. Like that's part of where I think it's cool having that sealed one.
Yeah.
You know, and then I had to buy another one because I'm going to open the sealed one. You know, and I don't know that I would have bought it had it been for
There's a lot of people that would never have bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you start?
I mean, like Shy bought one,
Yeah.
and you know, he pointed you out in his video. I don't know that he would have bought it.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're an influencer, Jabbo. I guess that's.
I guess.
I have a question for you. So, like, for a complete tipper truck, like, what is your kind of price threshold? If you're comfortable telling me, I don't know.
The buckets for like 50 cents to $1. The windshields like 20 cents to 75 cents. The plate $1 or less. The 4x10 plate $1 or less, and the wheels are 10 cents. So you could build a whole tipper truck, even at the higher prices of those, for like $5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really less. But
And that's what I was thinking.
made an
like
exception.
$3 to $5, but-
Like with the buckets, there were early on in this, there was a guy that had close to 300 of them. He wanted $2 or $3 a piece.
Wow.
And I talked him down. Actually, somebody else talked him down. And he gave me, I said, I'll buy all of them. I said, I'll buy all of them for $1. And at the time, it was still one of the highest prices, but for $1, not having to pay shipping all these different places, it was worth it to me at that time.
Yeah, shipping is a true cost there.
Yeah.
You have to.
And that's the thing I covered. Like the windshields, they're only like 20 cents, but they only got 4 or 5 of them, it might as well be $1,
Right.
because I'm gonna pay $4 or $5 for shipping.
Right.
And so that's why I've wiped out most of the inventory out there of anybody that had 10 or more of any of the discontinued parts, except for the 4x10 plates. I can get the 4x10 plates.
The overseas store that you buy from, the bulk quantity from time to time that he replenishes.
Yeah.
I wonder.
So-
You ever wonder where all that comes from?
He must sort through bulk, because some of the stuff I get, you can tell it's used, highly used.
Mhm.
And he does price things differently depending on how used it is.
Right.
But I got a shopping cart filled up with like 110 of the 4x10 plates in his store right now. I'm just waiting for him to add
More stuff.
either the windshields or the buckets, because he always, when he does, he's going to add them in bulk. He won't put one on there. He'll put like 10, because I think he has people sorting stuff.
Well, he must
And then
sort like Bricks on the Dollar does.
Yeah.
I think he sorts a lot like that. Yeah. He waits until he has a good quantity and then he puts it in the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's been fun. I mean, it's like it started out. I just wanted to get enough for every day of the year. Actually, first I wanted to just get 200.
Well, one day you can get there.
Yeah. I hope.
You're shooting for
I thought you meant
2048
200
right
a
now.
day.
200 a day.
200 a day.
So here's the dilemma I have now. Because, we set up 700 of them at Brick Fair, Alabama in 2023 was the last Brick Fair, Alabama?
No, it would have been before then.
2022?
22 was before pandemic. Or no, it was right after
It
pandemic.
was right after the pandemic. So I think it was 2023 was the last one.
No, because I went to Brick Fair, or Brick World in 2023. It had to be 2022 or 2021.
Okay. Well, it was
Well,
broke
that's the one
Brick
we
Fair.
went together with.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I got COVID. And
Anyway, it was the one you closed.
setting up 700
Yeah, it
of
was-
them.
Yeah.
We only set up 700. All right, and they were just all crammed together. But I had these ideas of like spreading them out.
Mhm.
Like, how long would it take to set out 2,000 plus tippers like in a row? How much time would that take?
Mm.
And these are the things I think of when I want to make a video with them all stretched out, like go around a football field.
Right.
And it's like it would take hours.
Well,
I
when
think
you set them up on your train track, how many did you set up on your train track?
that
when
was
you did that video?
1,400, over 1,400, and it took me all day. And you could tell I got lazy because I just started I was grabbing them by the handfuls and just setting them all together.
Oops.
Well, I really enjoyed the time lapse of your setup.
That never got
The
recorded.
things I never think to do.
Yeah.
And that's probably
I'm not
what
the only one that
would have
doesn't
been what
record.
people would have watched. All right, I just spent 8 hours setting this up, and I didn't record a second of it.
Yep.
So I won't
Everything is
record
fine.
taking it down.
Just reverse it.
Oh my goodness, this is why I suck at YouTube.
Well, just start another channel and try again.
Yeah.
You first succeed, try again. So the last thing I have on my notes here is Lego ideas went from 3,000 pieces to 5,000 pieces. Okay,
Wow.
Where's the crickets? Do the crickets.
do the cricket.
I don't like Lego.
You have to turn the crickets off.
I turned it off. Now we're re-echoing.
I love Lego.
There we go.
So I was a Lego ideas like near completist. I had Lego has broken me of it.
Yeah.
I don't even care. I don't even care anymore. If they make something I like, I'll buy it. Now I don't even.
Well,
All the stuff that I like that I have ever voted on. Yeah, I think the only thing I ever voted on that made it was the Back to the Future DeLorean.
okay.
What's the last idea set you got?
Probably a gift with purchase for me.
I
Those
got
really
those. I
count.
think. Yeah, do those. Oh, I don't know what the last one I got. Is it the Apollo rocket?
The rocket or the lander? The rocket.
Well, you'll still
Yeah.
get them from time to time. You
Yeah.
just don't.
Yeah.
You just don't make an effort to get every one of them.
But think about it. That like you can't even think of the last one you got.
Right.
Right.
Sesame
Nothing
Street was that? Is that an idea set?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, which one?
Sesame Street.
Sesame Street, Winnie the Pooh.
I got that one.
So those might be the last.
I got The Office. I think that was maybe the last one
Oh,
I
yeah.
got.
I got
didn't
the
get
office.
No. I didn't get the
Um,
Office.
But I have that tree house. It's one of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'm not saying it's a bad set or anything. I was just like, I don't. You know what? This is what I say when I build the tree house. I'm going to build it, and then very quickly pieces are just going to start falling off of it.
Well, yeah, because you're either always moving your stuff or you don't have like a
Like a
permanent
cat.
place. Yeah. So mine's in the city. And I like it. It looks good. We just built a park around it. And I thought, that kind of works pretty good.
Okay.
But
It's like I got those Ninjago City sets. I built 3 of the big ones. Still got one that I haven't built yet, but I'm always knocking stuff off of those. Where does it go? I don't know.
So do you change out the branches every fall, Joey?
I haven't done that yet. No, it's
one of those things like, oh, that's really cool. Oh, I'm never doing
You
that.
have to do it.
I'm never gonna do that.
Jason,
What are you talking about?
are you going
What's
to
the
take?
set that had the most extra pieces for doing a change out?
It's got to be that one, doesn't it?
gotta be
Okay.
that one or the yeah, it has to be that one. You know all those the fall pieces, the branches that came in that set. I had them. They were all because they're all bagged separately in the set. I had put them in a Ziploc bag or a big baggie, and they bumped around in the basement for long. I finally put them in the store. Somebody bought them. Too. I don't know if they're all gone, but yeah, somebody bought them. I thought, and then when I sold them, I thought that was a mistake. But I'm not going to change it. It is what it is at this point. So
Yeah, but now your set is never
It's
going to be
incomplete.
complete.
it is incomplete. It absolutely is.
Right.
Incomplete.
So you can get rid of the box and the instructions.
Yeah.
Not the instructions. The box probably has been gotten rid of because that's something else that I've gotten really kind of slack on is keeping the boxes.
Are you going to wipe your city clean and start over, Jason?
Talks about it a lot.
I don't know. If I do, it's going to be something totally different. You'll be surprised with what I'm thinking of doing.
What a train tracks?
Well, yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm not committed enough to say what it is, so that's why I don't want to say. But
I got a question then. So you have a lot of buildings. Do you have any like large vehicles? I see a Imperial shuttle up there.
Like, do you mean cars?
Like if you were to change things,
yeah.
Like, so then you take stuff off. Yeah. Would you take it apart?
So,
or would you just move it somewhere else in storage?
I mean, this is part of the problem that I have is, I'm out of room.
Right.
And
imagine that.
Well,
that's something you don't hear every day.
Yeah.
I mean, space.
We all know, everyone watching, you watching this, you know what I'm talking about. If you're this far into this podcast, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
I mean, we talked about that a couple weeks ago about DL Bricks and him making a big deal about getting a new shelf so he had somewhere to put stuff. And I was like, only an AFoOL would think that was like something worth making a video or a thing about.
Right.
And I don't know if you saw his comment. He said this was the wrong time to have my wife listen to the podcast because I guess she made fun of it.
She's probably said, where are you going to put that shelf?
So this is the thing, because I mean, I had to finally put some stuff away recently when I pulled out some of the Indiana Jones sets that I had. And, I've taken over room with the sealed ones over there. So I've started to do that. And I'm starting to think, okay, what do I want to pare down? And, that's one of the things I've been wondering about. Like, we keep some of these things, and why do we keep it? Because it is hard to get rid of some of it. Is it because we have, and I can't say I have an emotional attachment to every single one of these sets.
Right.
But what if
once it's gone forever?
But then I go and I film with Alex, and he's talking about how I had that and I sold it, so I bought it again for twice the price.
Right.
And all of this kind of nonsense. And so I guess to answer your question, I don't know. When I take them off, so the ones I took out before, I generally kind of try to keep them together in chunks if possible.
Yeah.
Like in a Ziploc bag. Like I took apart the ATST. I think I took the legs off, and it fit in there good enough, I guess. I don't generally reverse build it or anything like that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because keeping it in some type of Ziploc or some type of container, because that's the mistake I made, is when I tried to just put things away built. I put it with other stuff, and then the parts fall off, and then you're trying to figure out what goes to what.
Yeah.
And then I have a container that's been sitting on those shelves that are on the opposite side of my white shelves, and it's got the Ewok Village in it. It's been in there since I did a video on it after we built it. Then I put it in there. It's been sitting in that container ever since then.
Still
it's still built. It's got Doc Brown on it.
I was
And
about to say, is that the only thing in the container is the Ewok Village? Or is that
when I did the video, I think there may have been a Tonto. I can't remember. I know Doc Brown's in it, and I think I stole a piece off of it one time for something else I was building. So now I don't remember what the piece was I took. But here's the thing: I want to take it apart, but you know what's going to happen if I take it apart?
Well, it's got a lot of brown.
Yes, and it's from that era.
Yeah.
And so now I don't know what to do, and it's been sitting there for 12 years, I guess, 11 years.
Yeah. Do we really think they fixed it?
No. I was like, you won't. That's what I tell people. Like, oh, yeah, the parts aren't breaking out. Well, those parts didn't break then.
Yeah.
It took time.
Yeah. Because I hear people say, like you just said, well, it's from that era. And I'm like, I don't know that. I don't believe them on a lot of other things. Why am I going to believe them on this?
Lego never lies.
I will tell.
Are all your French cleat fancy shelves full?
Yeah. I actually have some shelves that I had to take off. So like this row behind the city, there's a bar where I used to have shelves, and I had to take them off because the city goes right up against it.
Yeah.
So
you had those shelves.
So I have a stack of shelves that I built that I'm not using anymore.
Yeah, the shelves came first, then the city. So then we had to get rid of the shelves to make room for the city.
Never.
Where's the Harry Potter castle? Is it still together?
It's right there, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, okay, under the Indiana Jones. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had to. I had my Mos Eisley Cantina over there, and so I had to finally figure out to do something else because I had a bunch of Star Wars sets where those Indiana Jones sets, the sealed ones, are, and I ended up, some of them got put away, some of them got moved, and so Mos Eisley is on the top. I think the top shelf in my son's room. Like right up by the ceiling, just gathering dust, I guess.
Yeah.
But I got it.
Well, I've got several older themes that are just sitting in tubs. Like Studios is a good example.
Trolls.
Well, no, I don't have all the trolls. I think I've parted all my trolls out. But I've kind of been kicking her. I got several space themes that are, I got the classic space that are displayed. Huh?
What kind?
The space.
What?
Space.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm not very good at it. But the Studios is one that I've actually thought about. It's like, okay, it's in a tub. You're not looking at it. You're not going to get it out. It's unwieldy to have it out or even display it because there's just so much. I've actually thought about, okay, is it time? Is it time to sell that? And then how much FOMO will I have then if I don't, I guess it's not really FOMO, but if you sell it and then it's like, oh, well, I want it back.
Right.
And I enjoyed doing all the videos. I enjoyed doing the collecting and the hunting for it. And because there's some of that stuff that came from Japan and, you had to kind of try to find it and, so
well, it's kind of like you guys talked about, with hunting the spaceman parts, right?
Right.
The thrill a lot of times is in that chase.
Right.
And then once you get it,
right,
that high is over.
Right.
And then you realize how much you spent and all this kind of stuff, and you wonder, like, I don't know, was that really worth it? I don't know.
You do a Fabuland video every day for a month, and then why? What have I done?
I apologize. I know I said it wasn't my thing.
You only said it about 7 times.
But, and it's so funny because I have such a hard time. I really honestly do admire the fact that you did that because you wanted to do that.
Yes.
I mean, it could be because you just said, I don't know what I'm going to do for the next month with my shirt, so I'm just going to show this crap. Maybe that was your thing. But I'm thinking that's not the reason because you like Fabuland.
I'm thinking the reason is he thought it was going to be a lot different than it was, and after about 3 days, he was like, "What did I start here?"
No, the right way. Well, first of all, we're not covered at all. But I should have just either one done a short. Like I spent 30 days and just do shorts, or do nothing and just do the video of all of them.
Right.
That would have been the smart way. Just do the video of all of them.
So that was one of the comments we had,
Yeah.
I think, in one of our Bricking News that we talked about.
Yeah.
Because it came up about yours. And I think it was Bricks on an Island, actually, that said
Yeah.
it, that Fabuland's not his thing. But he said that, I think it was the final video where you had all of them laid out. I think that was by far, like, just that thumbnail was a very impressive image. So if that was the only thing you'd had up there,
right,
I could see that possibly doing well. I mean, maybe not. I don't know.
So, and I was so tired and lost my own enthusiasm for it by then.
Well, and plus the audience, they're like, yeah, I've seen all this stuff.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
My thing, I was so disappointed because the day before, this is it, this is the final one, and then the next day, there's more Fabuland than I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, what is this? He's lying. Clickbait.
Well, because you didn't watch all of them, you didn't see me talking about it. I was like, okay, this is what I got left to do, and then we're going to do the big video. Yeah. It's like, it's one of those things that, like, 5 years from now, one of those videos could take off for some random reason.
Right.
And I don't know how you can talk for 8 minutes about 3 parts. Like, seriously. It's the pig and the rake and the wheelbarrow. Okay, that's it. We're done.
So,
and here's the other pig and a bike or whatever.
You know that is actually something that trends on YouTube now. It's people making these. Of course, they're more highly edited and stuff. People making a video talking about a single part.
Oh, I've seen that stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen on Instagram these people that do a build one piece a day.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is getting boring.
Yeah, it gets. Yeah. I like when the young kids do a video. I say young kids. I'm 55, so they could be 30. I don't know. But they'll do one of some classic video, something that Jabo's probably done 3 videos on. I've probably done a video on or whatever. And they do these videos. It's like, look at this thing that we've just discovered or whatever, or how. And it's like, okay. I mean, it's good for their enthusiasm. I hope they get tons and tons of views.
You remember the part that stumped us that you got from the
It's in the Blocks magazine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that guy did one the other day, and it was and when he did it, I was like, I know that piece. I've seen that piece before. It's a vintage piece. Where does that from? And then when he finally figured out, I'm like, that's Joey's piece. Of course, that's what it is. From that expensive train set.
It's it's the reverser for Well, it came in several train sets back then because you had that battery box.
Yeah, that's just where I remembered it from.
Yeah.
So Atlanta Brick Co., they did a video of parts that Daniel had saved from the trash because they have sorters for their bulk Lego, and they have trash, but he's the trash inspector. And the stuff that was in the trash would be like, it could potentially be like the most valuable stuff.
Right.
And it's like one of the parts was a Fabuland the tuba from the pig. And I was like,
well, it's like you've talked about with the old cars, right? People think that's not Lego and they throw it away.
And there's just all the cheap plastic cars. Throw that out.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Those are expensive.
But somebody will do a video on that and they're like, look what we discovered. These are actually Lego, these little cars.
Right. Just completely amazed. Like, it's cool. That's cool.
So you're all going to Legoland, Florida now after I've reviewed it?
We don't need to.
Yeah.
For our viewers, if you haven't seen Jason's video about how to go to Legoland, Florida
for free.
Self-imposed stress.
Here's the thing. When we went, I mean, we spent all day because we took Dakota. And when I got done watching, I thought, dang, other than the Duplo area, I think we saw it all. I think he did it in an hour, except it took us an hour.
He rode 2 rides. I don't know how you rode 2 rides.
I only rode 1.
Oh, I thought you rode 2.
No, we thought about it, but I was nervous about the time, and then we got lost, so that was really causing us problems.
Yeah, you got back in there pretty far when you got back to the mini land or whatever they call
it. Well, we ended up the mini land, and I got confused. Like I'd never been there before, so we ended up in the Lego movie area, and I thought we were going like up by the water park, and we weren't. So
Ah.
anyway,
My favorite part was reading all the comments, people saying, "I'm getting anxieties watching
That
this."
was it. I was like,
I'm like, when he got on that ride, they got on that ride. I was like, there's no way they're gonna make it back.
I think
thought-
if I was to do it again, and I had 1 hour, I would go in, like if I wanted to try to see how many things I could go on, I probably, if I'd gone straight in, bought a shirt or whatever, I probably could have gone on 3 or 4 rides.
Yeah.
And then left.
I'm just glad 'cause the video answered a question that I've never seen answered, because I knew you could go in there and just go shopping, but I didn't know about the parking. So when we were in Orlando, I was like, we were staying in a resort or something down there. It was super cheap. And I was like, I want to drive down to Legoland, but I don't want to risk paying $37 for parking.
So do you want to know something crazy? Parking was $35, and it was more than parking at Disney World,
Wow.
which was $30.
Jeez.
I was like, how can you be more expensive than Disney?
on anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Have the ticket prices just gone up, or are they just more in Florida? Because I feel like we did not spend anywhere close to that in California.
Well, so I will say this, because had I bought them online like a night or two before, I could have got tickets. It would have been like half price. So it would have
Yeah,
been
if
like
you pay the full
$50
retail.
or something.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I didn't buy that because I didn't know that I could do that and it still count as a shopper pass.
Yeah.
I think it's 'cause my ticket says
Oh.
shopper pass on it.
Yeah.
And I made sure to ask the gal, I'm like, okay, so I have to be back here in an hour. She's like, yep. I said, if I'm here and there's a big line, like, am I going to get penalized? Like,
Yeah.
he's like, if there's a line and we see that, no, we
So
won't.
was there any exclusiveness to the shops in there?
Well, I mean, I had to hurry, so I didn't have a lot of
No.
time to look.
I didn't really
Okay.
look.
So, like the shirt I got that says Lego on it, it does have Legoland on the back. You know, and they had some of those items, you know, shirts and whatever that said Legoland. I kind of looked at the pick-a-brick wall in that one store. I didn't notice anything that really jumped out as, you know, like a non-production piece or something that I know that they
That's
have.
what I'd be wondering about. Yeah.
You know, and I could have missed it easily. And the other part I wonder is if there are other stores that had, you know, other in other areas of the park that I just didn't see. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a little store at the exit of the Ninjago ride. There's a little store at the end of the car races and stuff there, but they don't really have there's unless you get something that actually says Legoland Florida, like a shirt or a towel or something. I don't think there's any exclusive set. They have the Legoland sets, but you can get them online. Yeah.
I did see those, and there's some mythic set I think that is exclusive to there as well.
Could be
some sort of dragon thing. I don't know, but
well, they're all about the retail because we stayed at the hotel. So I can't remember what our tickets were because everything was hotel and tickets and the whole night. But there's a store in the hotel. It's like, you can't get away from it. Yeah, it ain't a very big one, but
I will tell you this: when we went to Billund last year, you know, it was 2023. It's not like we were right in the heart of the pandemic or anything.
Right.
We stayed at the Legoland Hotel one night, and between there and at the store at Lego House, like I tried to see if they had a shirt or something. I thought it would be cool to get a shirt that said Lego House. They didn't have anything like that.
Really?
Oh, Tonya collects magnets. We had to get one that had like a different year on it because they didn't have anything. Like it was really weird how I expected them to have a lot of merchandise, and you know, they had a couple kids shirts at the Lego store, and I think there was a keychain, and I wish I had bought a couple keychains, but I didn't.
Yeah, I was hoping for like a gift shop at the Lego house. Like obviously they had the Lego store there, which is fine, but I was thinking they would have like, in addition to that, an extra like, you know, gift shop.
Right. Yeah.
Like Lego House specific stuff, and
Right.
there wasn't really. I was surprised because they generally try to.
Well,
sell
they got
all
pirates, so
yeah,
Yeah.
it is true. I did get those exclusive, so I can't.
Was there a limit on those when you bought them?
Yeah, 3. I've heard it's higher now. I've heard it's 5. But
So
We wouldn't have room for
I haven't told y'all this, but somebody went to the Lego inside tour and they sent me pictures, and they sent me a lot of pictures. A lot. In fact, it's the best pictures or videos. It's all pictures of the vault that's open to people that I've ever seen.
So was there Samsonite? Is that what you're getting at?
I saw a couple of Samsonite, but I didn't. He didn't still didn't get a picture of everything, but it's more than anybody else I've ever seen. I got to ask him if I can share it or we can share it.
Yeah,
I know that's been the question you guys have had for years.
Yeah.
Do they have Samsonite stuff
Like,
there?
what
Even
do you
when I
see?
went-
Because a lot of the sets are stacked sideways, so you got to kind of look at them really close.
Yep. I wish I had got better pictures and video of the Samsonite display in the History Museum and Lego House for you guys. And
It's just one of those things that
I
the average
failed.
person's not going to be interested in.
No, it's the three of you.
Yeah. That's it. This is 3/4 of the Samsonite. Actually, I don't even think Earl's interested.
It's interesting, but not like you.
Yeah, not that interested.
Yeah.
I think, I haven't found anything new in Samsonite in quite a while.
Yeah.
Well,
Somebody emailed
any.
me today asking for the instructions for a set.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the Samsonite Java sail barge.
There you go. It'll all be warped and crooked. I still want a Scotty dog. They had like a sample bag. It was this clear bag with a little Scotty. It's the little. I don't have one sitting here. I don't have everything, Earl. But yeah, it was kind of like their little mascot, if you will. And I would love to find one of those. But oh well. Hot item. All right. Well, we've been over. Well, we should be an hour now. Over an hour. Should we do comments? You guys don't have to stick for comments if you don't want. I know you guys got things to do.
Do you need to go do homework?
You want to do your homework, or you want to hang with us,
Bunny?
Yeah, the bunny.
Well, obviously she doesn't want to do her homework. It's just she
Yeah.
probably doesn't want to hang with us anymore either.
You did a Lego survey. You didn't give any good answers there, Jason. Oh my!
Oh,
She's being distracted by the bunny. He's bumping up on our feet while we're filming.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm hungry.
that's sweet.
Yeah, go get a finger.
It's only a bunny.
Yeah.
Yep. One of them.
Man, oh man.
What is the exact line? I forget.
What's up, Doc?
No, from Monty Python.
That one.
It's just a bunny. What's he gonna do? Nibble me bum? The sharp pointed nasty teeth. That stuff.
Gosh.
all right. So I guess you guys are sticking around.
Are sticking around?
Sure.
I guess we are.
So Brian at Battery Powered Bricks, he says he was here. He was in the episode.
He commented on his own video.
He said, I found the joke VPN and RR Slugger made in one of the videos, or more accurately, he reminded me in which video it was in. It's about 7.5 minutes into his Aqua Dozer video. Probably a bit less funny when it's already spoiled, but I was rolling when I first saw it. I also enjoyed all the sponsors of the Bricking News podcast every week. Thanks for having me on. It was a blast. Yeah, it was a blast.
Yep.
He can talk. He can hold his own with Alex. I think. I think he can hold.
I
his own
enjoy
with
Brian.
Alex. Yeah. Alex. Speaking of Alex Noons, he says it's great to see Brian again. I didn't know him very well when he was on the previous episodes, but because of you guys, I found him and now a fan.
Ah, good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Chuck's Bricks. When they go to paper bags, they could print the instructions on the bags.
Careful opening those bags. You might rip the instructions.
Oh, kidding. Wow.
They keep threatening to switch to paper bags.
And I don't see it happening. Brennan Huff, I listen to these mostly as a podcast, so I don't comment very often. But what a great treat to have Brian on, and it being 2.5 hours long. It made the drive from Washington, D.C. to Pittsburgh a breeze.
Oh,
Well, there you go.
He
Yeah,
slept
there we
right
go.
through the drive.
Cool podcast getting you from Washington to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he drove with his eyes closed. Dude Jude, hey, Hey, Brian, Joey, Earl, and Jabo. I missed commenting last time. My favorite spaceman color is Benny. Keep up the good work. We forgot to talk about this.
Yeah, it's in the notes. It's just way down there. I even got a picture of it. But yeah.
Well, it's the perfect time to put that in.
So
So we did a poll, Jason. We actually did a poll.
I know. I responded to it.
Although
I did find it funny because people were commenting, "Where's the poll?" Because it
Well,
wasn't up in time.
it showed up. Hang on.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
have to
because Joey
switch.
said, "Hey, if you're watching this and the poll's not up, then tell me."
Where's
And I got it there. It was because we went early, and let's see. Share. Here it is. Oh, we're gonna have to zoom in, aren't we?
well, it ended up evening out a little more.
Yeah. Well, I can't get it to zoom. I messed up. So yeah, black is 36%.
How many votes did we have?
That was,
How many votes total were there?
I don't know, 128. It's a little bitty over.
Okay.
128. So, but then we had a lot of write-in votes for blue.
I guess it's the regular blue,
Yeah, Benny.
the Benny blue.
Yep. So my dark blue's not popular. Well, he's
Did
more
you vote,
popular
Jason?
than purple.
Hey, I picked the worst.
You did.
I did
Oh.
vote, Earl.
Which one did you vote for? Brewster's Millions, none of the above?
Out of these, I think I picked orange.
Orange. Well, I was surprised. I wasn't surprised. We had a lot of people say if it wasn't red, black, or white, the classic spaceman, then it didn't count. I was like, okay, I guess yellow.
Yeah,
So,
I always thought the black and yellow came out together, and then the blue one was shortly after. Was it the yellow and blue came out together, but the black one was before that? Or
I feel like the black one was the last one.
I think it was later because I don't remember
Yeah.
the black one from when I
Yeah.
was a kid.
yeah. Oh, I remember the black one.
I had
Oh,
I like
lots of red,
when
lots
people
of
make
blue.
arbitrary rules about what you can say.
I don't remember any of them from when I was a kid.
Okay, Marty Bricks. Oh no, it's over already. 2.5 hours is way too short. You guys are awesome.
Oh no, we're in trouble this week.
I know. SG Brick, you asked about a small sand distributor on the Lego track for extra grip. Isn't that dust?
yeah.
I saw that comment. It made me laugh.
He says, I want paper instructions to get away from the screen and listen to some Lego podcast on my screen. There you go. I know some people who rent Lego sets to get the building experience without the investment in money and space. I can't do it, Jason, if you want to. They rent a set for $20 a month or so. I don't get that.
I don't either.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
My favorite space dude is the M-Tron dude. Well, there you go. So he's and then greetings, SG from Belgium.
Cool.
Or some bricks. That's his name. Or some bricks. Thanks for another great episode, gentlemen. Great to see Brian back. I don't know about renting sets. I think it's all the space we need to hire. How sustainable is it to transfer land from food production to growing plants to make plastic?
Yeah.
Okay. Ty Novell, aka Tylenol. The Java sail barge is super expensive, and they have included the pit in the skiff. And if they would have included the pit in the skiff, it would have gone up in price. So I can understand why they don't do it. Jabo could probably piece together a sail barge. Get it? A Jabo sail barge. Get it, Jabo?
That's another thing. Yeah.
So are you going to get it, Jason, as soon as the gift with purchase comes available?
That's his plan.
Yeah. I have the other two, so I think I need. I won't have a big draw if I don't get the lightsaber.
Right.
I'm not going to try to get multiple. Don't worry about that.
He needs to be a completist.
Well, with the Harry Potter set, you got multiple gift with purchases with no problems.
Two. I don't know.
So
You have to get another one so you can have one for Alex.
Right?
I can get a Ghostbuster Firehouse.
Yeah, you already got it. Ty Novell, Joey put up the poll of the spaceman. In the old days on the terrestrial TV, ads were the time where you go get snacks or go for a toilet break. Then came video and recordings where ads can be skipped by forwarding to the end of the ad block. Now when a YouTube video I'm watching have an ad on, I just forward to the end of the ad. Yeah, that's what I try to do. I also try to forward when people do insert their sponsorship video.
Yeah.
And I go too far, and then I got to go back, and then I'm back in the middle of the ad. Then I got to scroll ahead again. It's like, I
Well,
should have just watched the ad.
YouTube puts that little. If you hover over the
Yeah,
bar,
you see the
you can see,
Yeah.
and it's you'll see the spike in where the viewing goes back up. It's usually after the ads. So it's
So
like
speaking of sponsor videos, Joey and Earl, what did you think of the last one on Bricking
That
News?
was that was
awesome.
classic. That was
Dr. Javo's Miss It All.
Miss it all. That was great.
Yeah, that was good.
saving a lot of money.
Yeah,
I don't like Lego.
Brick Jams. He says, I feel the same way about the bricks and minifig store being high priced, but I will say that the Jacksonville store was not too bad. I did feel like $90 a bag from the bulk tables. 95% of the parts were 1x4 or smaller, so I feel I got a pretty good deal. Also, they had a Robbie house built on the shelf for sale for $300, down from $350. Box instructions were included. This one of the architecture sets I didn't pull the trigger on years ago, and I have regretted it ever since, so I took it home. The only issue with is the light bluish gray tiles were discolored, but I can easily replace those. I won't disassemble the whole thing since it's dark red.
Yeah, it's got a lot of dark
Yeah,
red.
the cheapest on Bricklink I saw that day was $450 without a box, so I feel like I got a good deal on it as well. Yeah, I think. I mean, I don't frequent them, but it seems that if you buy a set already built, it's a fair price. But if you buy a set with the box, a used set with the box, it's overpriced.
Yeah,
I wonder.
for me, sorry, I was just going to say, for me, I mean, Alex goes there a lot more than I do. Like, I think he goes almost every week now, it seems.
Well, I think he goes to stock the parking lot.
Well, his wife's new job, and I don't know if this was in the last episode or the next one that we recorded, but he mentions that, his wife works just down the street from there now. And so when he takes her lunch, he ends up stopping by. But, for me, I've bought a few sets there. Like, for example, I have the UCS snow speeder I got. And during Christmas time, they have different promotions. And I think I got it for 20% off. So I think I ended up paying like $180 for it, which I thought was pretty good. And, especially looking at the prices online. But for the most part, kind of one thing Brian said last week really kind of jumped out for me. I'm like, that's exactly it. He said he likes to go and dig through the thing and find parts. And that's my favorite thing to do as well. There'll be certain things I'm looking for, but a lot of times I'll find something that I didn't even know existed, like a printed part or some sort of weird thing. Anytime I find that kind of stuff, I take it just because I find it interesting.
So is it the same price as it was, as Brian was saying, $90 for a big giant bag?
They have a big bag. I never buy that. I just buy like the little cup that's kind of similar to the small cup they used to have at the Lego store. It's probably around that same size, maybe slightly smaller, and it's, I don't know, I want to say it's like $9.
Yeah,
That doesn't sound too bad.
But I look at it, especially like when I was doing the Oswald vignettes or something else that I needed, to have it ready. Like I couldn't wait for parts to be shipped, so I could go down and get it, and I didn't have to pay for shipping, and I have it right away. So anyway. But I would never sell my stuff to them.
No.
There you go.
You definitely don't want to sell there.
No.
Geology Joe, I collect rare colors and have been accumulating some Maersk blue bricks and other parts. That's a really good color. I really like the shade of blue. It's nice balance of brightness and earthiness.
Is it original Maersk or the newer one?
I would think he's talking about the original one.
Okay.
He also says, speaking of swapping colors, I did that in real life with the Parisian Cafe. I replaced the olive green with a dark red the manual way, but it looks pretty cool in other colors. Yeah, that's I don't know if I have the patience to go through Bricklink and put together a want list for something like that.
Well, did
Yeah.
you see that guy that had remade the UCS AT-AT that we showed in black?
Yes.
Like he changed all of the parts out for black parts, and that has to be a passion project if you're
Yeah.
gonna do that.
I mean, how long would it take to sit at the computer and do that?
Well, if you have it already in there, if the model's already in there, then it's easy. You just select the color and
You just change the
change
color.
the
Yeah.
color. Yeah, it's literally just a couple clicks. But if you have to build it in digital, that's hours or days, weeks, maybe even depending on the model. Like the AT.
And my thing is, how much more would it cost you to part out the parts for something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, that would be
I've parted together 3 or 4 really large sets, like well, I say really large, not nearly as large as that, but like Cafe Corner and one of the second Ninjago City set I parted together. I would not want to keep doing that on that size, let alone something much bigger.
right.
Yeah.
It was very tedious.
Yeah.
Did you do the Cafe Corner with the actual windows? Because I think those are exclusive to that set, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I use different tricks to get the parts. The only thing there's the reds, the dark reds look different.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, unless you bought dark red from 2007, it's not going to look the same. Because I didn't even realize I put them side by side, and I'm like, these look different.
I wonder if that was to fix the color problem.
Probably it might have been.
I haven't
caused the color problem.
Or cause the color problem. Yeah, because those are heavy pigments, and they're gonna cause the material to be brittle. So yeah, if they had to change the color formulation.
Yeah, and under a black light, your dark reds can look 3 different colors.
Yes, any of it, just normal red.
Yeah.
What was it? The Amelia Earhart plane. Remember that one?
Oh,
I did that under
red.
black. Yeah, it was the red, and it was all over the place when you put it on. And that is a problem. Yeah, their colors are the same, but their plastic's not. They've got
Lego quality, job 37.
Well, what it is they're using they're
only the best is good enough, Joe. Only good enough is the best. I mean,
yeah,
only good enough is the best. Yeah,
all right, just one of those.
Do they still put those Inspector 39 or whatever, the little tags and stuff?
They inspect my underwear, but not my Lego set.
My Lego set.
Sin Killer J, Alex.
Oh no! You gotta say it.
Sin Killer Tachikawa. That's why Alex doesn't realize that he's Sin Killer J now. He changed his name a while back, but he's really.
Why does Earl not say that anymore?
He's really Sin Killer Tachikawa. Don't be part of the problem. Be the whole problem.
Yeah.
Kona Dog. Congrats on the 40th anniversary of your 69th episode. I always look forward to the podcast every other Friday. It's like a payday. Glad to hear you back to work, Jabo. What, if any, Lego Advent calendars do you all buy for your own collections or to part out? Well, let me tell you, don't part them out. They are misery to part out.
Yes, they are.
I buy the City and the Marvel each year, and we get my daughter the Friends calendars. I don't like mini dolls, but the builds for the Friends calendars have been pretty good the last couple of years. I actually don't buy any unless they're real cheap after. I know Joey buys them.
I've got all the City. I got all the City ones going back quite a ways. There's several first years that I don't have. I don't even know if they were City then, but whatever they were. But yeah, I got a bunch of them. The others.
You buy the Friends or the Harry Potter, Tonya?
Harry Potter. But we usually get them at Costco, and they don't have Harry Potter at Costco this year, so I'm gonna have to do that.
Is there a Harry Potter one this year?
There is.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
When they go on sale,
paid full price for them. So.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because FOMO gets me. I always buy the city one, then I try to wait for the other ones. But I have an ulterior motive. I want the tray out of them.
Right.
Because you pull the tray out and then you put
Yeah.
cups in them, Dixie cups or whatever, and they're great
Perfect.
for
They're
for
perfect sorting
parts.
trays. Yeah.
So you guys want to know a quick story about advent calendars? When my kids were younger, like my son, we would buy one and do that occasionally. And so there was a medieval castle one, probably 2012 time frame, maybe a year or two before or after. Well, after we built them, all the little parts and everything, we put them all back in the trays and wrapped it back up.
Did it again?
Well, that was the plan, but we never did.
We never did because we got another one or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, so a couple years ago when Alex and I started filming, and then he was starting to do his medieval castle area, I pulled that out and gave it to him, and it's got some pretty cool figs in there.
Figs, yeah.
So every time I go to his house now, I see that set sitting there because he has the box sitting down by where he builds. So I don't know if he pulled out the stuff.
Did he
yet.
fuss because it was used?
No. Yeah, he probably said, I already had this and I sold it. And now
now I'm getting it back. Ty Novell, I like Earl's suggestion of shoeboxes for sorting. I also like Brian's suggestion of sorting it by category first and then sorting it by individual categories later. See, that's why you come here. You come here to get great tips.
Mm-hmm.
I got all kinds of tips. None that I apply.
I was going to say none that work, but I got tips.
Jason's Bricks and 5. He says it's
guy?
good. I don't know. He said it's good to see Brian again on the podcast. Welcome to the 5 Timers Club.
Oh, he just had to get on the next week.
Yeah, he had to make sure nobody could catch him, so he jumped on in this week.
He had to fake film a whole episode of Breaking News just to do it.
That was an elaborate plan to get on here.
Doesn't Jabo's Sig Fig use a red spaceman torso? Yes. Mm-hmm. And didn't he pick the red spaceman? No.
No.
I was sure you were going to say red, Jabo. And I'm like, what?
So do y'all know this? Why it's a red spaceman?
Go ahead.
I'm sure I do, but I've forgotten.
Yeah. Because I didn't know what sig figs were. I didn't know the term. And my son had made the Mystery Science Theater set up early on. And he used Joel wears a red jumpsuit in the early Mystery Science Theater episode. So he just used a washed out spaceman for Joel. And then I was like, I kind of like that. But I said, so I changed the head out and the hair, and I was like, but I don't ever wear red pants. So I put the tan pants on instead. And that's how BrickTsar was born. That's cool. And then everybody's like, oh, that's your sig fig. I'm like, what's the sig fig?
What?
Bring back the sig figs.
He says, I know Jabo says I should get paid by Fantasy. Well, you are the founding member of the PAN. However, I don't pursue it because I don't feel like I can be more authentic and share my opinion. Plus, I don't get pressure like a job. Yeah, that's we talk about that all the time. Is if you were paid, you'd feel obligated, I guess. Did Jabo say he doesn't watch commercials at the end of videos? Does that include the breaking news? So they don't. When they send you that, they just tell you to do it whenever. They don't give you there's not a time frame, or we'd like you to have this out in the next week, or.
Well, I mean, it depends on the sets that they send me, because sometimes I get them and they tell me I can't do it until a certain time because the set's not been released or whatever.
You have an embargo date on that too?
Wow.
No, it's not a set date, but it's like it's not going to be till May or whatever. Mm-hmm. But there's a number one. There was one gal I used to only communicate with, and now I guess she got another job, moved up. I don't know, whatever. Now it's someone new. So, you know, that's always interesting when you start working with someone different. But
Yeah.
you know, because I got 2 sets, so I just did the one for that gramophone,
Mhm.
which that was actually a pretty interesting build.
How many pieces make up that cone? Is it 4?
8, I think.
Because it looks pretty. It almost looks like one piece. On
Yeah,
the
no,
when you-
it's 8 different. I mean, it almost is like what it made me think of were the brick separators, kind of the way that it's shaped and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not. But that was kind of the closest thing I'd ever seen to it. And you know, you just clip them on. It was really an interesting build on that part. So,
Have they ever asked where's the video? Have you ever got like pressure? Like, why is the video not out yet?
well, so on this one, she did ask because they sent them to me before I went to Florida, and I had
Yeah.
told them, I said I'm going to be gone on these dates, and you know,
Yeah.
she just said, hey, I'm following up because I actually have 2 sets. So I did that one. I haven't done the other one yet. We built it, but I haven't done the video yet.
Yeah.
But you know, she did ask, and I just said I'm going to try to get it done this week. You know, and that's the other part. She's like, send us the video, and then we'll send you the discount codes. And I said,
It's too late then.
well, I said, is this different? I said, if that's how you want to do it, I can just put it in the description. That's fine. But I figure they like me to mention it.
Right. Yeah.
You know? And then she sent me an email with the codes. So
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever. And she's probably new at her job and figuring it out. And
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Maybe she just didn't understand YouTube.
Yeah. But the one thing I will say, let me grab this. So I was talking to Jabo about this on the lost episode, and they sent me a gift because they just had their 4th anniversary. So I made a little video out of this. But the part that was kind of cool about it is inside it was a little handwritten card.
Oh wow.
And it's like actually handwritten by someone, you know.
Wow.
So I thought that was kind of cool, you know, just I don't know. It felt more personal, I guess.
Yeah.
And maybe they paid someone to write it. I get that, but
Yeah.
you know.
I used to think Lego did that.
Yeah.
Susan
Williams.
Williams is writing
Yeah,
you personally.
Susan's not real.
Well, I was gonna say Panassy's probably small enough that they don't have everything they do go through a corporate lawyer.
Right.
I bet you Lego doesn't send anything out that corporate lawyer hasn't looked at one way or another.
Probably.
So
Yeah, the Mattel sent me something, and they said there can be no other products around in the video. And I said, well, I'm not making a video.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they send me a thing that has guidelines like, do this, don't do that. Like, I'm not supposed to generally do comparisons to other products.
Right.
And, you know, I mean, I get that, you know, but there's been times where I've shown a minifig in a, you know, because there wasn't a figure in it, and I wanted people to kind of see the, you know, the scale. So I put my sig fig in there or something like that, because I think that's helpful for people.
Yeah.
Right. And at least with the old gal that I would work with, again, this is the first video I've done with this new, I don't know, coordinator or whatever. But, you know, with the other one, it got to where I would just upload the video. Like, they didn't review it first, you know?
Yeah. I don't think I could do a relationship where I had to wait to them to approve my video.
Right.
That'd be tough.
I think she realized pretty quick I was just going to upload it, and, you know, you can watch it just like everyone else. And if you don't, you know, but I've never gotten any bad feedback or anything from them. You know,
does Alex ever have to do that? Does he have to get? I know he has to wait to embargo dates, but do they ever? They never ask him to see the video. Any video?
He has told me he doesn't think they actually watch any of them really. He's like,
that even goes another. At least they would be forced to watch them if they had to approve them.
Yeah. You know, but like one of them, it was the bakery, that modular bakery that I did. Like, when I was reviewing it, one of the things I thought was really weird was the door into the bathroom was a clear door.
Yeah.
And I called that out. I'm like, this does seem really strange to me. I wouldn't want to be going to the bathroom.
I had nightmares like
the
that.
stairs and sees me sitting on the toilet.
What's the point of the door?
You know, And I said, it might make more sense if that door was switched with the one going out to the balcony or something.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and she even commented on that and said, yeah, that's a good point. I'll bring that up to the designers, so.
That could have actually been a mistake just in the printing of the instructions or something. Because
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Ty Novell, with regards to the internet access, Joey said it was ambiguous. I think he meant, I don't know what this word is. Ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous.
There you
Everybody has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which means found everywhere.
Found
Yeah.
everywhere. Yeah, I did. I said it wrong.
Yeah. He also
We're very
said,
ambiguous.
yeah. He also said the Lego Take Back program. I wish we could send yellowed pieces and broken pieces back to Lego, and they will send us the same pieces but brand new. If that was a thing, Lego will make sure that none of their bricks yellow or break.
I think that program's called customer service. Hey, my pieces are broke. They'll send them to you. Now I don't know about yellowed and old pieces, but
JW Bow, great show. Brian was a great guest. I didn't know.
Joel.
Time out.
Here we go.
Tanya has a time out for you on this, Earl. Yeah. I can already tell. Go ahead.
Tanya's gonna call you out.
Joe.
It's Joe Bowling.
It's Joe Bowling.
It says JW.
Yeah.
Yeah, yours says Mardi Gras Man. That's not your name. We know you're Earl.
Well, if people are looking for him, they're not going to look for Joe. They're going to look for JW.
Okay. Stands for Joe.
Joe Bowl. Joe Bowl. Great
bowling.
There you go. Great show. Brian was a great guest. I didn't know anyone was doing Blue Bricks videos in the U.S. I bought several Blue Brick sets, mostly Star Trek. The build experience is far from perfect, but I'm a Trek fan and satisfied with the value. They've had about 80 Star Trek sets, but only from the shows and movies up through 2005. Nothing from the newer movies or the streaming shows. Is that the stuff you bought? You guys have bought, Jason?
Yeah, I bought them all at once.
Yeah.
It was the Blue Bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chuck's Bricks. They have CMF at my Barnes and Nobles. They're at the help desk, not with the other Lego. So they're behind. Basically, it sounds like they're behind the counter.
Yep.
Yeah.
That way people can't open them.
Yeah. Marty's Bricks. Had a thought after watching Jabo's latest Smash Box haul. If Lego is getting rid of instructions to save the environment, they should get rid of boxes as well. And why switch to paper bags? Get rid of them. Just send all the pieces in one big bag. On second thought, get rid of everything and go digital.
Yeah, don't even have the physical bricks. Let's
Send
just
your digital bricks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, don't give them that idea. They already try that enough as it is. Let's get an app for that.
Bricks in space. It says, Earl, I don't think the dark blue torso will show up on Bricks and Pieces. Build a minifigure stations tend to be isolated, and I don't believe I have seen any of those parts show up on Lego's sites. Parts appear to be added to the site monthly or every other month, according to the new elementary. I think there's a Lego, like a store employee torso that's from the station that's on the brick. It's on Bricks and Minifigure right now.
Yeah, that one's been on for a little while, I think, because I got that one. So speaking of that dark blue torso, do you guys know the story behind the ones I sent him? This is how lazy Earl is. This is how I'm going to preface this story.
Go ahead.
After we visited and I saw Earl in person, I told him I'm going to New Orleans, and he's like, "Yeah, you'll drive right by the Lego store." I said, I'll probably stop in to get my passport stamp.
That's
he's
exactly
like, well, look
right.
at those torsos. So those torsos came from 45 minutes away from his house, and then went to Orlando, and then got on a plane and went to Salt Lake to be shipped to his house. That is how lazy Earl was with getting them.
That's how often I go to the Lego store.
They went to Florida all the way back to Utah.
Yep.
And I do appreciate it a lot.
And then you already had them or something. I was like,
Well,
wait a
no,
second.
because I didn't know I didn't know you were getting them because you left so late. Y'all were going to the museum that I didn't think you were going to make it. So I went on eBay and I
You should
bought
have known
some.
better. You know me.
Well, you know.
I make it happen, my man.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But your daughter was with you, and she didn't look like she was having the greatest time. So,
That's
Teenagers.
that's a 21-year-old girl.
Oh, yeah.
Blockhead UK, another great episode. Would be great if we could coordinate the diary sometime so I could come on to chat.
Yeah.
It is getting close to that time again. Geology Joe, I prefer the old Technic over the new style. Also, just confirming that bricks and minifigs have parts for sale in the wall, but mostly plant elements and minifig accessories. About Lego stopping making paper instructions, no. Part of playing with Lego is not using the screen; it's tangible, and I don't want to have to look at a screen if I don't want to. So, our fans are all over this. They don't want to continue to have paper instructions, and that's why the survey got pulled down, and that's why they're
Yep, it was you guys.
It's because of us. That's we made.
And so my daughter with her son, my grandson, she doesn't want them on devices.
Right.
Right.
And he doesn't need instructions right now. And so, I think they should double down on lack of technology.
They need to quit trying to be a technology company and just.
I think they should make an app.
I thought they did that already.
I already talked about. Wait, was it on this episode, or was it the one we filmed?
We didn't film it. That's the problem.
This is the thing when I try to do two things in one day, I can't remember if I said it in this one.
Well, it don't matter if you said it in the other one. So nobody can prove it.
The best Lego website. It was this episode, right? The best Lego website is Bricklink.
Oh no, that was ours.
That was yours. Okay. Yeah. The best way, the most important Lego website is not Lego.com. It's Bricklink.com. It's the most useful. It's where you can learn about things.
Yep.
And
where you can get your designer sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that, but that was not designed by Lego.
Right.
And the best thing that Lego has ever done is not messing it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's the one thing that's nice. They've kept to their promise that they were going to try to minimize the impact. So
yeah.
Marty Brick says you're all fine. Thank you. Right back at you, Marty. Forestman fan. Will the dark blue spaceman still be your favorite after you need to buy a $180 Chinese New Year set? I moved 3 weeks ago, and while I get a much bigger Lego room in this house, I'm having a hard time unpacking because I want to maximize my space. I feel like if I set it up wrong, it will quickly get unwieldy, like my previous Lego room. Yeah.
There's no amount of space that you can have.
Yeah, so that's a good point.
Right.
The air tanks probably will be in a.
Well, you saw the Boba Fett in Jabba's sail barge has the dark blue tank, right?
Oh, does it really?
That's the jetpack.
Is it really?
I'll just take yours. You can just send me yours.
Boba Fett's green.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't matter.
Not the right shade of green.
Alex Noons. All the sets I get from the LAN are packaged in paper. They are awful. I hate the texture, the sound, and the fact that I can't easily look for the parts still caught in the bag. So, well, there you go. So I wonder if.
I think it's because of the factory.
Yeah.
The Mexico one, I don't think has been switched over. It'll be interesting when they open the Virginia one. I bet it'll be paper.
They'll probably all be
I
paper.
guarantee you it'll be new equipment that's set up for paper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then we'll all complain and hate it.
Yeah.
I just need more reasons not to buy, so that's fine.
Well, they'll keep giving them to you.
Here's another one from Ty Novell. No paper instructions. Parents are trying to get kids off of devices. Lego is a good option. Why would Lego want to point their kids to a device? We just talked about that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Super Mario has no paper instructions. Each time I want to build one of those sets, I have to wait for the app to update and upload the instructions. Now I just have a pile of shame of Super Mario sets because I just can't be bothered to do that every time I want to build a set.
Yep.
I've sold some of these dimension sets on eBay, and it makes me wonder if people are going to get them. Like, I don't know how to build this other thing.
Yeah, I know, because people are just buying those for the figs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of my worst building experiences was that mission set. It was, I don't know, the animal rescue or whatever. You have to use that app, and it's got this story that you have to watch. It was the absolute worst thing. Now, I'm not 8, and I'm not the target market.
Right.
But it was, I mean, in the review, I talked about how much I hated it.
Yeah.
That's how the Mario sets are.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah. Lego instructions, especially for the higher end sets, have quite a lot of interesting information. Those are always a nice read and nice accompaniment to the set. Yeah, those are. Brittany, you want to correct me on this one, Tonya? Brittany McCubbin. McCubbin. I personally would prefer instruction books, but it seems Lego will do away with them no matter what we answer on the survey. You would be wrong because
I think so, yeah.
we have the power. We pushed the pencil and put our foot down and said, "You're not doing it." Here's Pasta Jensen, Joey.
Yeah, I fixed this thing now. Yeah.
The whole revised VIP point system is made to confuse. It's the same thing that's done in computer games. The main difference is, at least with Lego, you actually get something. Yeah, that's true.
Unless you order a digital download.
Yeah.
Or a raffle.
Oh,
yeah, those raffles are like, I want to see the
yeah.
winners. Prove to me that somebody
prove
actually
somebody
won that.
Yep.
Rob Lyons, I'm too old to use digital instructions. Yeah, I think it also says "get off my lawn." No, that was Alex. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Rob. Marty's Bricks. Where's the poll? It's there.
It's there now.
Mayo says the Brick fan reported that this survey was taken down because there was so much backlash from the AFoOLs and the AFoLs like yourself and the rest of us. Did Brian say the word excavator?
He probably did say excavator.
Escalator. Oh, that's SpongeBob. I'm sorry.
Marty's Bricks, yeah, but when you've thrown away your plant-based degraded bricks, you have to buy new ones, and Lego can make even more money.
Oh, so they're building in planned obsolescence.
Yeah, if they're plant-based, will they be biodegradable?
Can you eat them?
Well, I don't know, because I remember when there was that big push to go to paper straws, there was McDonald's in the UK switched to paper straws that cost 8 times as much, and then it was found out, well, they can't be, they're not biodegradable.
Right.
It's like,
wow.
What is the point of this? It tastes worse for the customer, and it costs you more money.
Yeah, it's the worst thing about New York.
Yeah.
Paper
Well, when we
straws.
go to Disney, we try to take plastic straws with us.
Take our own straws.
Wow.
And when Jordan Paxton was here and we did that interview with him, we took him a package of plastic straws because he talked about how in Denmark they're all paper straws.
Yeah.
Drinking out of paper is hard, but when you're drinking a frozen drink, it's even worse.
Oh, yeah.
Brittany McCubbin, I have no interest in the ads either, nor do I have no interest in getting YouTube Premium.
We have very limited ads on the AFoOL podcast.
Yeah. Pasta Jensen, talking about D&D, I finally ordered the castle set. Finally found it for under 300 pounds. What does that have to do with the D&D fix?
They all look very
everybody thinks it's the castle set.
Pasta Jensen also says the whole revised VIP. Oh, that's a repeat comment. Woo!
There's a few of them this time.
That was a bunch.
Yeah.
And this is sooner than normal.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Well, we gotta
You're
hurry
right.
so Tonya can do her homework.
Yeah, I think we're past that now.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Okay. Well, are we
I used to
done?
mail it in when I was in school. So
Yeah. Well, we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
yeah.
And I'm really sorry that your thing didn't work
Yeah,
out.
I don't know.
So
We'll
what are you
figure
gonna do
out.
now?
I don't know. I'll figure something out.
You got a couple of days to find something.
Hey,
Figure
you
out
can
what
take you can take a clip of this and just insert it and say,
Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll download this and upload it as the breaking news.
I should have started recording sooner. As soon as I figured out what was going on, then you'd have like 15 minutes of something there. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll figure something out.
Joey, you have your CMF curse. Jason has his I can't recording curse.
Yeah.
wait till Alex hears out about this one.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Well,
There-
did you hear what happened to Shy with his podcast?
Mm-mm.
He had an episode he had filmed with someone. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah.
Coming to town, and he filmed, and his whole setup, like that was the
Yeah,
most
it takes-
amazing thing when I filmed with him. Is it's like a 30-minute setup just to get everything
Crazy.
going. So he filmed an hour and a half, 2-hour episode, whatever, with the guy, and then the audio didn't work, and then he called him I think it was the audio didn't work. So then he's like, hey, yeah, I can do it again. So they got together and did it again. And this time I think there was an issue with the video, like the camera wasn't pointed correctly. It was fuzzy. I don't remember exactly what it was. And he's like, I don't know what to do with it. So,
That's sad. It can happen to anybody.
Mhm.
I've had to do where my lav mic didn't work or I didn't push record on it or whatever. But I usually the DSLR camera that I use for the close-up shot, it usually picks up enough that I can, if I have to, go back to it. And surprisingly enough, I've had to do that more than once. I don't know if anybody can tell when that happens or not, or if I put a thing up or something. But yeah, it always happens. It's just terrible. I feel bad.
yeah.
Well, now that enough time has gone by, Jason, I've already forgot what we talked about. We can do it all over again.
Oh my gosh. It's going into the 4th hour tonight of the Breaking News AFoOL podcast.
I gotta figure out. We got a hurricane coming in,
Yeah.
and we're not used to them this far north.
Yeah, there. That's
Yeah.
And you're a fair amount inland, aren't you?
Yeah. This is the 3rd time in my lifetime we've had potential hurricane warning in the Atlanta metro area.
You guys you're getting big bands of it already.
It's been raining. It's been raining for a while, but it hadn't been like if you didn't watch the news, you'd be like,
well,
it's raining.
yeah.
But I was speaking of ads. I was trying to go to our local news stations, which I haven't done on my phone. So I'm going to their website. Oh my goodness, the ad! How do people use the internet anymore?
Yeah.
There's so many ads. I'm like, I can't get to the news because of all the ads.
yeah, it's bad.
The ones that drive me crazy is there's an ad to watch before you can watch the news segment.
The 15-second clip, you have to watch a 30-second ad.
And then something else will pop up on the screen, and when you try to hit the X to make it go away, you hit it. It's set up where the X is so small that you hit the box and it takes you to that website.
Right.
Yep.
I don't even think I think even if you hit the X, you're going to go to that website. You're going to get that ad.
That X is pretend.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, just don't watch the news, and then you don't have to watch the ads.
There you go.
Yeah. So I'll find out what the weather rock tells me in the morning.
There you go. Good old weather rock.
It's never wrong.
Maybe you'll get a day off work so you can.
No.
Well, that's the thing. They were saying, "Oh, y'all can come in later,"
Yo, thanks.
and I was like, "That means I have to work later." So I'm trying to figure out if there's going to be a window where I can drive to work where it's not dangerous to drive, because they're talking about like 60 to 80 mile an hour winds.
Right.
Oh,
You
wow.
know? So we got trees up here. So
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about it. That's why I
Yeah.
go to my daughter's house, because of the tree.
Wow. Well, stay
Jabbo, you
safe.
want to get us out? Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Just tell them stay safe.
Yeah.
yeah.
By the time this airs, we'll find out if you were safe, I guess. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, already
Yeah.
glad you made it, Jabbo.
Yeah.
It's like 10 days after this.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? There's another hurricane coming. So I may have a tail light or two out by the time all this is over, but I know where I can go get a good discount. I got to make sure I get pulled over. So if you enjoyed this episode, please like it, and please go support the Breaking News. You do not know how much the Breaking News needs your support right now.
We work twice as hard on the breaking news.
But if you didn't like it, I know an internet website you can go to. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.